Hi guys, welcome to Souls No Evolution. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. This is going to be your timeless tarot for whenever it is that you're tuning in. Why is that card in there? Relief. That doesn't even belong in this deck. And I've just taken it literally out of the box. So I don't know how long that card has been in there for, but we'll keep it. We will keep it. Let me pop it here so it doesn't interfere with the main reading. Relief. It's giving me, I don't know, it's giving me east and west, like points on a compass. Anyway, it's distracting me already. We're using the African Rising Goddess deck, and we have, oh, I'm sure the last time I did a reading from this deck, I'm sure I saw this card anyway. We have, oh gosh, and the guidebook specifically says that even if you can't pronounce the names of the goddesses, to still try, which is why I always do, but I don't want to butcher them. But you know, it says Umbokumu. Oh God, forgive me. And it's called Soul's Forgiveness. So the Soul's Forgiveness, and then we have Nana Buluku with Seasons, and then Celestial Alignment. Right, okay, let's take these three. Divine Lineage. Right, there's so many cards in there that I haven't even seen yet. It's unbelievable. But the same ones keep coming out. And I think this is what the relief is in relation to. Some sort of soul forgiveness where I don't know if you're the one that's forgiven yourself, or you've paid off some sort of karmic debt and you're now being released from something. But there is a sense of relief. And you just think of, oh, I don't know if you've ever seen it, The Green Mile. I don't know the names of the characters, but the character that Tom Hanks plays in that. And he's got that urinary tract infection. And after, oh, what's he called? I don't know the names of the characters. It's been so long since I've seen the movie. But I don't want to even just say that, the big black guy, but there's a big black guy in there that's accused of a really heinous crime, but he's actually innocent, and it turns out that he's like some kind of earth angel, and he heals Tom Hanks's character, and the first time he goes to use the bathroom after that facial expression of relief has always stuck with me. It's like he portrayed relief so well. So it's like somebody is so relieved that this aspect of their life is over, or yeah, this aspect of their life is over because we've got seasons. So things are changing. That season of someone's life is over. And you're like, yeah, I said that I was getting like a compass from this. It's card number 12 reduces down to a 3, which is about growth. It's about alignment. It's about mind, body, soul connection. Then we've got this celestial alignment here. Celestial alignment. So it's like you've come into alignment to have completely closed out an old cycle here. That's what I'm getting anyway. Right, let's pull some tarot. Show me this soul's forgiveness. I just feel as though it's time for a new season. Time for things to shift and change, and you are completely in alignment with that. I feel as though you've learned a lesson. Right, 2 of coins, the Fool, the 7 of, no, it's the Chariot card. I always want to call it the 7 of something. Oh, right, okay. Right, okay. Let's see what we've got. Strength, 7 of Swords, 10 of Staffs in the reversed. Right, okay, now at the bottom of the deck we've got Judgment. That card is always at the bottom of the damn deck in this deck. Right, okay. You've got quite a lot of major arcanas. 3 out of 6. We start with the 2 of Coins, which is like a backwards and forwards of your practical energy. So I mean, so I don't know if you were going backwards and forwards between forgiving yourself and not forgiving yourself and keeping some sort of cycle open, some sort of cycle ongoing. But this is a 2, and the Judgment card reduces down to a 2. But you've transformed through something. This is exactly what I was saying. You've opened your eyes and recognize that you were sort of vacillating in between these two energies? You weren't in alignment. You weren't fully allowing yourself to experience this relief by moving forwards or moving on or forgiving yourself or forgiving somebody else. I don't know how this is actually going to play out for everyone. But after a lot of backwards and forwards, it's like a choice is made for you to move forward. And it's like you move forward with gusto, or your life is sort of catapulted forward because this cycle has closed out, because there's a shift in the seasons of your life. We've now got this new beginning with the Fool, which is about you taking a risk. It's about you exploring a new chapter of your life. And this guy has got that look of relief on his face, like, I'm free. I'm free of this old cycle. I'm moving like in a brand new direction. I've mastered an aspect of this journey. I learned the lessons that I needed to learn. I was able to come into alignment with myself, with this celestial alignment, balance the light and the dark, the masculine, the feminine, the inner child. The soul, there's something about the soul's alignment here that you were able to master with this Chariot. But it's about moving forwards. It's about a determination, taking the lead, which is exactly what we were talking about. And it's like you've had the strength to balance out your own energy here. You had the strength to balance out your own energy where it may have been pulling you in all these different directions. As I was saying, I was getting east and west. And isn't that like the directions that the sun sets and rises? I just feel that there is, as it says there, this season, there's a new dawn, there's a new day. You've been able to close something out or put something to rest here. And you've had the strength to face whatever these demons were, whether it was an aspect of your own shadow or, like I say, an external demon. Because when the strength card is out in a reading, the devil is somewhere close by. There's a need for you to overcome something, whether in the past, currently, right now, or in the future. You faced something head on, whether an aspect of yourself or something else. And I feel like in this instance, this Seven of Swords isn't a negative thing. I think that whatever direction you're moving in, whatever new beginning you're about to embark on, the universe is saying, keep this to yourself. Keep this to yourself. It's like somebody's running off in like the middle of the night. I don't think anybody knows where you're going. Or this is what the universe is saying. Like, don't tell everybody what this new beginning is, what this risk is that you're about to take. The direction of this new beginning that you're about to embark on. Keep this to yourself. Be a little bit stealth with it. So, I mean, if you've balanced out your shadow and your light, that's not going to be difficult for you to do now. At one point, you may have felt uncomfortable keeping that to yourself, but you've gained strength. You've integrated your shadow. You've faced your own demons in the damn face. And now you can be like, you know what, fuck it. No, I'm not telling anybody about this or where I'm going or what it is that I'm doing. So keep this to yourself. And this is the relief. This is why the character on the seven, I always say it. The character on the Chariot card is so relieved because you've been able to drop a burden. Whatever it is that you were carrying on your back, that's what I mean. You've healed or you've been forgiven. Whether this is a universal energy in terms of Saturn, like you've done what needed to be done and that weight is now being lifted off your shoulders, or you've forgiven yourself and you've dropped the responsibility, you've dropped the dead weight. You're no longer trying to get to a destination that requires you to carry such a heavy burden. You're like, fuck it. I'm going to drop that and I'm going to be free. I'm not carrying that shit uphill anymore. I'm free now. This is absolutely beautiful. And it's all because, like I say, you've forgiven yourself. You've awoken to something. You may have taken responsibility for something that you did. And even if you were not, let's say, the instigator of the bullshit in terms of needing to be accountable or take responsibility, you still are responsible for your own life. Whether it stays stuck or whether you continue to move forward. That's what I mean when I say take responsibility, not necessarily you know, taking responsibility for things that happen to you. That's not your fault. But allowing yourself to remain in the victimized energy of that is something that's within your control. And I feel as though with this Judgment card, you heeded a call, you took responsibility, you allowed a transformation to happen, and you were woken to something that needed to be healed or forgiven. It may have had something to do with childhood. We've got these two little kids here, or in relation to parents, or, you know, we've got this feminine energy, and she was out in yesterday's reading as well. We've got the High Priestess, the Tower, the Two of Swords. Yeah, so it could have been a parent or a maternal figure, or something to do with your childhood that you've been able to transform through, or to heal, to awaken to, take responsibility for, continuing to move your life forward. And then underneath all of that, it's like there may have been a tower that came down. Yeah, 8 of Cups. We've got a tower, we've got the High Priestess, we've got the Two of Swords, and the 8 of Cups. So we've now got 4 twos, 1, 2 of Coins, the 20 of Judgment, the 2 of the High Priestess, and the 2 of Swords. Yeah. Either the universe created some kind of upheaval or disruption in your life, or required for you to bring a tower down, and you did this yourself through your words, through your actions. I don't know which way it's going to be, but this speaks about a karmic change. And I feel this is where the relief comes from. This is where the soul's forgiveness comes from. This is where the change of season comes from. You've been broken free from something here. You've been broken free from something, and I feel as though you were intuitively guided with this High Priestess energy. You even received some kind of guidance about what direction it is that you were meant to take, because we've got the Two of Swords and there's two paths in front of this person. It's like she's blindfolded, she can't see with her physical eyes, but the High Priestess doesn't use her physical eyes to see. She's tuned in and connected to, you know, extrasensory perception, her second sight, her psychic ability. And I feel it was that connection that helped navigate, or helped you to navigate, a really difficult decision that needed to be made. The High Priestess also speaks about secrets. So this 7 of Swords energy, like I said, don't tell everybody what this new beginning is going to be for you. This is reaffirming that. This is reaffirming that, because it's like, I don't even feel you know where this new beginning is. And you're going to be doing a lot of this with trust and faith in the universe. But all you know is that it's time for you to move on. I've got this camel trudging through the desert here with the 8 of Cups, that's leaving behind the most valuable resource that they can have in that situation. So this person's prepared to leave stuff behind if necessary, just to get out of something that was difficult and challenging and causing confusion, and you couldn't see clearly what the fuck was going on. Someone's being guided, or has already been guided, out of this situation, and this is where the relief comes from. From you moving on, moving away, especially with this. It's like, yeah, someone's just getting out of Dodge. That's the energy that I feel. They're just getting out of a situation that was heavy, that was burdensome, that almost broke them to a point. And I feel that you're forgiving yourself for staying. You're forgiving the experiences that you had to experience. You learned so much. You've grown so much. As a consequence, you've been able to come into alignment with, I say, all aspects of your soul here. And it was through this experience, right? We've got divine lineage and level up underneath there. And then intuition. We go back to the intuition. So yeah, I just feel as though your ancestors were connecting with you with this divine lineage. Your ancestors were speaking to you through that high priest energy that we saw down there, to help you navigate this situation, to help get you out of a situation, to help break you free from something. And that's only going to see you level up. And again, it's because of your intuition. Because of your intuition. Right. So keep it to yourself if you are planning on making some kind of great escape. We had it in the adventure card yesterday, and new beginnings was in there twice. So we definitely feel that someone has built the strength to leave. Built the strength to leave. They're no longer sitting on the fence. They're no longer vacillating between staying and going. This is somebody that's actually making a definitive decision to drop something, like I say, and be free. Right, any final messages? Any final messages? Individuality and spirituality. Wow. 77 and 11. So yeah, like I was saying, this path is the path that's going to make you happy. It fell right on top of the Fool energy. Right on top of the Fool. So whereas, I don't know if this previous cycle that you were in, I say there was a burden or something that you were carrying. And like I say, this is an energy of responsibility, but it's not always your own responsibility that you're carrying. I feel as though someone's dropping that for the sake of themselves or discovering themselves, finding out who they are, their own alignment here. There's something that someone is doing or is going to do if you're not currently doing this right now. We've got spirituality. I want to read both of those out the book. In fact, and then we've got pride. And then we've got the lion down here, Leo energy. I feel that's pride in a positive sense, though. Let me quickly read individuality. 11 and 77. These pages. Here we go. Right, this card indicates a need to embrace your individuality and be your true, authentic self rather than follow the crowd. You're being guided to break away from the pack and take the road less travelled. This Fool energy. Instead of feeling like you're a square peg in a round hole, you're being encouraged to build your own square hole. By drawing this card, you're being called upon to step up to the plate and celebrate your uniqueness. At this time, you must have the courage, down here, to speak your truth and march to the beat of your own drum despite the opinions of those around you. What others think of you isn't your business anyway, and it's impossible to please everybody, so you must focus on pleasing yourself. As you honour your individuality and feelings, you will reclaim your personal power and enhance your connection to Source. When you do so, you can make your dreams come true. And then spirituality, number 77. We have... This card indicates a need to enhance your connection to the divine, to improve your relationship with yourself, as well as your quality of life. You're not a human being having a spiritual experience. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. And your relationship with Source is your path to inner peace. When you find your way to God, you find your way back home. And that's so weird. I didn't talk about it, but the Hierophant was the card after the Eight of Cups. This is what I mean. You're leaving something and you're going towards God, the universe, the divine spirit. It could be a religion, you know, for some. It could be spirituality for others, but that's where you're headed to. You're recognizing that despite a valuable resource, be it love, be it emotion, be it feeling, where you were, nothing compares to the energy of the divine or spirit. It's so funny how I saw that and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to talk about it. And then it comes out like, no, you are going to talk about it, Simone. It says, by selecting this card, you're being encouraged to celebrate and strengthen your relationship with the divine in whichever way you choose. You may opt for prayer, meditation, chanting, yoga, or periods of silence and contemplation. Perhaps quiet time in nature, going on a retreat, or attending a place of worship is something that you'd prefer. It doesn't matter which option you choose, for there is no right or wrong. Only you can know your ultimate path to God. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles in your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to strengthen your relationship with the divine. You're also being urged to communicate with your lost loved ones. And didn't I say this was sort of something your ancestors with this divine lineage, this divine lineage that your ancestors were kind of helping you or pushing you or providing you with the guidance for for you to align yourself and remove yourself from something. It says you're also being urged to communicate with your loved ones, spirits, guides and angels, and ask for assistance when required. No request goes unanswered, and no request is too big or small. Wow. So keep this journey, whatever it is, to yourself. If you're physically leaving a situation, like I say, don't be telling everybody when you go in or what it is that where it is that you plan on going, because the seasons are changing in your life here, and there is so much relief. If you always think of relief as well as, like, you know, when we you can send aid to countries that are in need of it, but I feel that the relief is coming in a spiritual sense. It's from God, it's from your guides, it's from your ancestors. They are there to help and assist you. Right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.